in 2011.
But I think is a fair question because we saw some stuff that was, looked like Wii games, and there's going to be that cute Nintendo style. We're not going to necessarily lose that because people don't necessarily want super realistic graphics from Nintendo, right?
Well, again, I think it's all going to be driven by the game. You're right. We showed what Zelda could look like on the system in a 1080p environment.
Was that made in Japan by the team?
Of course.
Okay. So are they working? They're working on something Zelda related?
They're always working. They're always.
But was that a tech demo or that sort of a potential slice of a game?
What we're showing here,
Right.
These are experiences,
Okay.
right? I don't like the term tech demo. I think it undersells exactly what we're doing.
Right.
These are experiences meant for everyone to understand what the system can do.
Right. Now, you have Skyward Sword. We're actually going to have a live demo coming up of that game.
I've told them, to go easy on you. We don't want to scare you away. Otherwise, you won't play with me anymore.
Well, we do have to have a battle soon, Reggie, and the fans down there are playing lots of great 3DS games. But other Wii titles, let's talk about that. Last year, you had Donkey Kong. You announced. You had Kirby. You showed Zelda. A lot of stuff for Wii. This year, it seems you were really just talking about Skyward Sword. Right?
So, there needs to be clarity around what we do in a press conference,
right.
What we do on the floor, and candidly, what we do outside of this particular environment.
Okay.
And the fact is, we have a ton of content coming for Wii. We've got Wii Play Motion that is going to be on the floor. It's a fantastic game. Absolutely, there's Zelda. There are games in between.
Right.
But, for this show...
So there's still games coming out
absolutely
before Zelda that you haven't announced?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so for this show,
right.
we wanted to focus on, first, Nintendo 3DS, and to highlight those 5 great new games. I mean, come on. A kart,
right.
a new Super Mario game, obviously Star Fox, Kid Icarus,
Luigi.
And Luigi's Mansion 2. We wanted to highlight those games are coming, and those will certainly drive the install base.
Right.
And we also wanted to highlight Zelda, given its 25th anniversary, and we wanted to highlight the new Wii U.
Right.
We could have done a 5-hour press conference, but we didn't think that'd be a smart thing to do.
Well, let me ask you about your developers, though. I mean, where are the resources put? I mean, a studio like Retro, are they working still on Wii, or they've moved on to the new Wii U?
We're not going to talk about specifically what each development team is working on.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that our development teams are fully engaged, making
right.
a wide range of content for existing systems as well as for the brand new Wii U.
Now, when did you first learn of Wii U? Because you always get the inside scoop from Mr. Iwata.
I am fortunate, given my role and given some of the perspectives I bring to the company, I get to see things very early in development. So, I've had an opportunity to get hands-on with the system.
So you played this like a year ago and you had to keep it a secret?
We're very good at keeping secrets.
But how did this develop? I mean, was it an idea that had sort of been, sort of percolating for a number of years? Or tell me about sort of the evolution of the idea behind it.
So as you and I have talked about, the way that we develop new systems is it's all about when are we at a point that we can't do something on the current system. And so this idea of 2 different interfaces,
right.
This idea of a second look onto your gaming experience is something that the teams have been thinking about for a long time. And it was with that insight that we said, okay, now let's create a controller that has the capability to do that.
Now, as you look at this system coming out, next year at some point, are you worried about Wii momentum through the holidays? I mean, sales are down significantly so far this year, and you've got, still 6, 8, or more months until the system comes out.
I am not worried about Wii momentum, and here's why. What is unclear, I think, at times to the viewers of your show is that, we've already sold over 36 million units here in the United States. And so the consumer who loves...
Well, you didn't hit the 45 million that you said you were going to need to hit before you could talk about the next system. What happened?
And we still have quite a bit of time with...
But what happened there? You said you were not going to have a conversation until you hit 45 million.
And so, come on, that was a nice figurative type of conversation. But, I mean, the insight was that at the time you and I had that conversation, we hadn't quite broken 30 million units yet. We had a fantastic holiday season. We sold over 4 million units this past holiday. The Wii system has tremendous upside continually. Right. It's a different consumer than necessarily the consumer that watches your show every week. And so...
I mean, they're excited about Skyward Sword.
Absolutely. But, the consumer who's going to buy Wii hardware today,
right.
They're going to buy it because of the price point. They're going to buy it for the library that we have. They're going to buy it for the new experiences that we're bringing to bear. Now, candidly, these are different consumers than the consumer who bought the system 5 years ago.
So something like Vitality Sensor could maybe live just still on the Wii, and you could have a whole line of software on the Wii alongside the Wii.
Sure.
Do you see both systems kind of still being in the market?
So again, when we're ready to talk launch timing and everything else, we could address how will these systems coexist. But certainly, look at what we're doing with the DS line and 3DS. They're coexisting in the marketplace and doing quite well. We just reduced the price of the DS Lite. We're seeing fantastic consumer uptake to that. And guess what? 3DS is still selling at the same level. So these are very different consumers that are looking for different things in the system they buy.
Now, Wii U is obviously, going to compete then with Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Is it going to be at a competitive price compared to those systems?
Absolutely. And again, what I want to focus on is it going to offer the consumer a competitive value when it comes out? And the answer is absolutely.